ScouterStan here. Thanks for dropping by. I wanted to talk a little bit about consistency, okay? Many units meet on a given night with a given time. It's not hard, okay? And when I was growing up, I was around professional scouters, and we had a saying that they would rather be an hour early versus being a minute late. That was something that was said all the time. I had a lot of military friends tell me to be early is to be on time, and to be on time is to be late, and to be late is not acceptable. They would tell me this all the time. Get my pun? This is something we need to instill in our American youth, okay? Around the world, anywhere. We need to be on time. If you can't be on time, don't make the commitment. It's that simple. It's better to be on time than to be late, because it does several things. It tells the youth that they don't have to be on time, that when they're given a deadline, they can goof off and do whatever. It doesn't matter. Everything's all right. No. I live in a town where we have NASA, okay? They do things on a schedule, okay? And they do launches and they do countdowns, and things have to be on time. That's true throughout the world. There are things that have to be on time. There are trains and planes and any kind of traveling that's done on a timetable. We don't want our youth to think that it's okay to be late, because it tells an employer later in life, it tells an employer that that employee that I just hired doesn't care about his job. Didn't make an effort. He's late every week. Every week he's late. Okay? If your meeting starts at 7, that's the time you have the meeting. You just start, okay? Don't delay, okay? Don't say, well, everybody shows up 5 minutes late. Believe me, after a little while, I did this in Cub Scouts when I was a Cub Master. If you start exactly at 7 o'clock, that's what you've told everybody to be there, and you start the meeting at 7, you'll have people showing up early. Believe it or not, they'll miss the beginning several times, and they'll have to stay out in the hall because you're doing a flag ceremony. You shut the door, and you put somebody on the other side so to tell the people they're going to have to wait until the flag ceremony's over. You believe me, they stand in the hall because they're late. It's their fault, okay? Because they're late. Next week, they show up early. You don't have to lock anybody out, okay? You don't have to put them out during the flag ceremony. Something to think about. If you can do that. I was at a committee meeting. It was a district committee meeting. And it got to be about 10 after 7. Meeting was supposed to start at 7. And, you know, don't disrespect, okay? I love the leadership that we have in our district. But I asked them, what time will the 7 o'clock meeting be starting? They immediately started the meeting, okay? They were, you know, coming up with all these, oh, you know, there's traffic is bad, and da-da-da-da-da. So, what time is the 7 o'clock meeting going to start? That's something you need to think about. We need to instill this in our youth. That needs to be an example that we set as adult leaders, that we start our meetings on time. That way we're keeping with that commitment, okay? And very important. Do not skip meetings. Do not. That's not good. Schedule everything if you can. Make sure that you put a time on it, and try to keep it as best you can. So these are things as adult leaders we need to do. We need to be the example, not the exception. I'm looking at you. Yeah, you need to be the example, and I know you are. That's the wonderful thing about it. I know you are an example, and that's why you're here doing this job. So, till next time, I'll see you on the trail.